Alright YouTube, Random Ross. So, it's been a while since my last top 10 video, so I thought, hey, why not do another top 10 video that's Creepypasta related. I was suggested by the Horror Squad that I should do my own ranking of my top favourite Creepypasta monsters, because I did, my top 10 creepiest Creepypastas, which you can check out on my channel in the thingy box down below on the top 10 playlist, where I have top 10 other various top 10 videos. Okay, so let's the Horror Squad. I'm sure they won't mention me. I'm sure they won't mind me mentioning mentioning them to you lot on here. They're a great channel. Check them out. They're subscribed to my channel. I'm subscribed to theirs. So yeah. So let's start from the number 10, shall we? At number 10, it is Laughing Jack. Laughing Jack, described as a tall, black and white clown with a spiral nose, wild messy hair, and messy feathers. He befriends children and then eventually does other sinister things when he befriends them, And that is from the Creepypasta tale, Laughing Jack, with his evil, sinister laughing and his sharp teeth. Okay, so next on the countdown it is number 9 is Eyeless Jack. Number 9, Eyeless Jack. He has an unknown origin story. All is said of him, he wears a black hoodie, has a blue face and empty eye sockets, and is described, and is in, very little is said about him in the Creepypasta tale, what he does. All we know is that he watches the author while he sleeps and does something really dark and gruesome. I won't give any spoilers away, but check that Creepypasta out because it's a really good one. Next on the countdown it is number 8, the Slender Man. The Slender Man, described as a tall figure with long limbs and inhuman-like tentacles and faceless, with a black suit and a red tie, living in the woods, stalking children and influencing Tiki-Toby. He is said to bring terror around his victims by stalking them for weeks. Is the Slender Man real? I don't know. What do you think? Anyway, I don't find him that scary to look at, but if I ever met him, I would probably be quite creeped out. So yeah, next on our list is, can you guess? Number 7, Jeff the Killer. Jeff the Killer, a troubled teenager that moved into a neighbourhood where his son was being bullied. Jeff overpowered them, but of course the bullies wouldn't let it go, so they tortured him, bleached his face, and then, so driven by his deformity, he lost all sanity, cutting off his eyelids and a gruesome smile into his face. He then told his family as he killed them all to go to sleep. And according to the story, he's still out there at large, and if you see him, well, he'll tell you to go to sleep. Next on the countdown it is number 6. It is the photo negative Mickey from the Creepypasta Abandoned by Disney. In the story Abandoned by Disney, a blogger goes investigating an abandoned theme park, Mowgli's Palace, with the words "Abandoned by Disney" spray painted all over the place. He wanders into a lobby that says mascots only to discover a photo-negative Mickey Mouse costume laid in the middle of the floor that gets up and asks him, do you want to see his head come off, with thick chunks of yellow blood pouring out from it. So yes, the photo-negative Mickey, and I did a mask of him last week, which you can see on my channel. I think it's I can't find any tutorials on it, so maybe I'm sort of the first to do so. If there is, let me know if someone else has done a tutorial. Okay, next! Number 5. The Smile Dog. An American husky dog, described to have a dog-look face, but have a sinister grin with human teeth showing. They say the image started with the devil. All we know is in the Creepypasta smile.jpg, a woman in 1992 is received a floppy disk with an image of the Smile Dog. He haunts her dreams, only telling her to do one thing: spread the word. If not, then that'll lead to seizures and nightmares and eventually suicide, as the image of the Smile Dog gets more and more horrific. Okay, next on the countdown it is... Number 4 is the Rake. Said to be a hairless man-dog creature, the Rake slips into your bedroom in the middle of the night, sitting at the foot of your bed, only to kill you and give you a very unpleasant ending. If you haven't read the story The Rake, I strongly recommend you should. Next, it is number 3. Number 3, the prisoners from the Russian sleep experiment. In the late 1940s, some political prisoners were put into a gas chamber with gas to stop them from sleeping. It's a good creepypasta, but this is on the patients in it. Eventually the scientists make a gruesome discovery when they see that the prisoners have self-inflicted wounds and they completely ripped each other apart and lost all sanity. And one prisoner, at the end when he's left, when he's about to die, the scientist asks, "Who is it? Who are you? I must know." The patient says, "Have you forgotten so easily? We are you. We are the inner madness that dwells within you," or something like that, begging to be free when you retreat to the nocturnal haven where we cannot tread. And his dying words were, "So nearly free." Yes. Russian sleep experiment. Next it is... At number 2, it is the man from I Told You to Smile. In the creepypasta I Told You to Smile, a man who thinks he's being stalked by some creep decides to video himself while he sleeps. Everything's normal till 3 AM when a tall, skinny, naked... I just put pants on for the benefit of the video, you know, in case he gets blocked or out. A tall, skinny, anorexic man with, dark veins on his head, empty black eyes and a sinister grin, stood and watched him sleep, and then eventually filled the entire frame with his evil grin. And then by daylight he went back under the bed, and when the man watched the video the next day, he noticed that he was still there. It's a very creepy and disturbing tale, so there's no room for a person under my bed. There's loads of boxes and stuff and crates under there. Okay, so next, I just want, before I reveal my number 1 pick, I just want to throw in a few honourable mentions to some creepypasta monsters that didn't make it into my top 10, but I think do deserve a big call out. So, in my honourable mentions, they are Tiki Toby, Ben Drowned, Sonic.exe, who else? Mr. Widemouth, the Skin Taker, also the, and the Stone Angel, and, God, there's just so many creepypastas, I'm just literally coming up with the honourable mentions from the top of my head. But those are the honourable mentions. So, number 1, who's ready for that? Let's reveal him, or her, him. At number 1, it is Mr. Bear from the Creepypasta 1999. So, Mr. Bear It's a long creepypasta tale. So it's a Canadian blogger named Elliot. Looks back at a TV show he watched as a kid in 1999, and remembers watching some TV station and some TV show with a character called Mr. Bear. He's invited to go on the TV show after writing a letter. When his father takes him there, they find the police are shutting the station down, and that Mr. Bear is actually a predator that likes to kill children and burn them. And according to the story at the end, Mr. Bear is still out there. This creepypasta, it's a story, but again, it does have that very, very realistic tone to it, which makes it really frightening. But yes, Mr. Bear, he's probably out of them all the most realistic, because there are actually sickos out there that are like that, But yeah, Mr. Bear from 1999 is my number one pick, Anyway, that's it for this top 10 list. I just want to say thanks to the Horror Squad for giving me the idea for this top 10 video, and I hope you enjoy it, when you watch it. If you like this video, please, give it a like, and if you want to share this video, please feel free to share it, and leave a comment. What are your top 10 favourite creepypasta monsters or villains, even, or characters? Leave them in the comments below, and until next time, goodbye, friends. Oh yeah, and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you after this one. See ya. I'm listening to some Oingo Boingo now. Noah lives forever. Bye bye.